you're ready, I'm going to talk about now, you're ready to do a preliminary run, in effect, on the substance of your business plan. I say preliminary because you're going to go through it, and at the end of the preliminary part, you're going to finally conclude things, and then go backwards and make it more different. So, you should do now a preliminary startup expense analysis. What kind of capital will you need to get started? How long do you have to go before you have actual customers paying you in such a manner that you can be self-sustaining? Or do you have to raise capital in one form or another to get you to being self-sustaining? You have to do this startup. No business starts up with revenues on day one. Impossible. And most customers don't pay on the same day they buy, unless you're selling it to retail and they're paying for credit. Most customers are paying for credit. So you have to have this kind of build up to get actually started. And if you see that you have to raise capital, which is okay to assume, but don't assume you're going to raise $41 million as an example. That's impossible. I'll tell you that. It's not impossible to say you raise $1 million. Judges are likely to get a little hyper about how you're going to do that, and you won't be able to do a real good job answering your question. But so it's best probably to stay under $1 million that you think you have to raise to get this off. Maybe $500,000. People would believe you raise $500,000. It's a lot of money in it, but it's not a lot of money in the context of the industry. So in other words, don't try to start a business that's incredibly capital intensive. You will not. It's not going to be deliverable. Okay. Then do a preliminary analysis of the operating expenses after you get past this stage. When you start to actually start having revenues, what kind of expenses you're going to use. You don't have to deny, how much paper you will buy, how many computers you will buy on the desk. You don't have to get down to that level of detail. You can just assume various elements like that of $10,000 a month or something like that. It's silly to think you're going to get down to a really fine-grained analysis, but you need to put numbers in. And the biggest one is, how do you know what your cost of goods sold? If it's a product, you should know, you should be able to figure out your direct labor, your direct materials. And if you're going to outsource, which almost everybody would do if it's a product, figure out what it's going to cost you to buy it from China, because that will be your cost of goods sold. You should, when you do that, you should be able to realistically say you're going to have gross margin. Everybody know what gross margin is? Okay. Gross margin is equal to what? It's a percentage of what? We're all EAs here, right? Come on, we've had that. You must have had this in accounting already. What's that? The gross margin versus direct material, direct labor, and indirect, usually manufacturing costs that you're outsourcing. That's the gross. That's what you figure out. It's a gross profit, and you figure out that percentage of revenue. That needs to be at a minimum 30%. Ideally, it's 50%. Most investors will not invest in a startup if they're showing a gross profit margin of less than 50%. Now you say to yourself, you're not going to believe the financial projections anyway. Well, they'll believe that part, because you can figure that out. Let's say you're going to make a machine that makes plates at a fraction of the costs of what these are. You should be able to figure out what that machine can be made for in China and shipped to you. It's going to be $10,000, $5,000. Then you have the next line item is all the rest of the expenses, which are general and administrative. Everybody lumps those together. Sales, marketing, general management, insurance, accounting, all of those things are G&A, general and administrative. And then you're going to end up with profits. do a preliminary projected financial results. What you're going to do is you're going to say, we project that we're going to have revenues of $100,000 first year, $900,000 second year, $2,730,000. That's an example. Our expenses first year are going to be $400,000, so we're going to $400,000 loss. First year, second year, our expenses are going to be break even. $900,000 revenue, $900,000 expenses. In the third year, we're going to have revenues of $2,700,000, expenses of $2,000,000. That value would be quite attractive to investors. They're looking at it. They know that they're going to losses first year, and most likely the second. The third year should be at break even, self-sustaining. And that's what you're going to do with their preliminary financial results. Focus on the operating statement, which is what I just gave you. Don't worry too much about the balance sheet. I'm going to tell the judges not to do on the balance sheets. Just coming up with the balance sheets based on those judges is hard. You can use Business Plan Pro or some of these software packages to do it. Frankly, it's not working. So I hope the good judges know that they, if you go through a particularly good job on the projected balance sheet. You need to have assumptions. How did you come up with the different numbers? Different assumptions. A page of assumptions is or something like that is too much. The major assumptions in your PowerPoint. But keep it simple. You can, in your written plan, you can do projections on a monthly basis for the first year, quarterly the second, annual for the third. The third, fourth, and fifth years are just goals. They're not really projections. Nobody can project that far. Even IBM can't project out past them. So, and yet everybody said, well, what are your revenues going to be in the fifth year? Well, you can give them a number and say, this is our goal. And from that, this is what our bottom line would be, we think. But because that will tell investors in their mind what they think their investment might be worth 5 years out. Well, this is so that's what they start to think. Okay, now you're ready, finally, to do the PowerPoint. Not the plan, not the written plan. Do the PowerPoint. That's what you're going to present. Although you have to deliver a written plan ahead of time. I have the rules here. I noticed by 10 days in advance, or 2 weeks in advance, something like that, to the judges. So judges will first read the written business plans. They will select finalists to have oral presentations. So your written business plan, which comes up next, it is important to get through that filter. But in my view, you start next with the PowerPoint, and then you're going to convert that to the written plan. So now we can start with the PowerPoint. I say you should have no more than 20 slides. 3 slides for the executive summary, max. Maybe 3 bullet points max per slide. Don't ever think you're going to put a ton of data, a ton of stuff on your slide. You should never put on a slide word for word what you're going to say. What your slide should be is a summary of what you're going to say when you make a presentation. And you only have 15 minutes to make this oral presentation in this context. And I said 20 slides. That's a lot for 15 minutes. You frankly are better to make it 15 slides. Because a minute per slide is hard to keep to. Now you have 10 minutes of questions after that, but what judges tend to do is they interrupt you. So you get the full 25 minutes, they interrupt you. You have to be prepared for that, but keep on going, you'll never get through your prepared. So now you can prepare at least the exact